Ooh, Alternative Ulster there, guys. Nice to see you. Just Carl here reminding you to watch your oil. Always pay your respect and respect your pay. How are you, Ian?
I'm alright, Carl. It's getting a bit late. Been up since the early hours of the morning. So
How's this job doing for you?
it's alright, mate. Can't complain.
Ian's now he's got a job at the high street shopping label Tesco.
Don't tell them which one. Don't say it in the air. They can't know.
Oh, yeah, he's got a lot of 5 a.m. starts, which is pretty bad.
No, I love it. I absolutely love it. Like, I'm a night owl. That's what they call me. The night owl.
Who's they?
I'll play the next track, Carl. Play the next track. You. What we have lined up next is oh god, it's a number.
Oh, are we doing it? I'm very happy, man.
Like, there's a lot of names that you can use for this song.
You know, people say, right, you can't be like this kind of clean pop star and have it. There are good pop tracks, ladies and gentlemen. There are good pop tracks, and me and Ian will be here. We'll be at the barricades shouting in favor of them. We'll be singing the chorus louder than anyone else. We'll be there. We'll be your angel.
Here we go.
I sit and wait. I'm loving angels instead.
I'd like to dedicate that song to my muse, Megan. Robbie Williams, interesting fact, actually wrote that song.
He wrote it?
Yeah, about a big can of oil he had out in his back.
Really?
Yeah, a big gallon of oil.
No, is this the section of the radio program where we're going to talk about oil?
Why, yes, Ian, it is. It is, because we are going into Carl's oil. And yeah, I tell you what, after last week's show, I've had a lot of people say to me, Carl, we need more oil. The oil is the reason I'm listening. Give me more. Give me. Lather me up in oil.
Yes,
and I say to them, okay, I'll give you oil, but I'll do you one better. This is a new segment I'm calling Carl's Oil Fact of the Day and World Snooker News. So I'll read you out the headlines in snooker news today. We've got Higgins beats Bingham in China final. Higgins beats Allen in China semi-final. Allen edges Selby to make China semis. Will he know that he was soon to get beaten by Higgins? Selby hammers Ding to win the international championship. I'm no longer good enough. O'Sullivan suffers shock loss to Wakeland. and now for my my oil fact of the day. I'll just give me a second here. I actually know this. The word petroleum literally translates as rock oil. It stems from the Greek word meaning petra, meaning rock, and the Latin word oleum, meaning oil. So next time someone tells you, "Hi mate, when your oleum," say to them, "Thank you." I will.
Could you back me up? Could you back me up?
Excellent. Having a good time.
Now,
Everyone else?
what song was that there, Carl?
Was that
It was How Can You Swallow So Much Sleep by Bombay Bicycle Club. Just make sure
I wouldn't listen to them on the just for the reason that I think they're actually quite good, but I rejected the use of alternatives to fossil fuels, like bikes. I don't like bicycles. I'd rather people who drove in cars or more least fuel efficient, maybe red diesel tractors or lawnmowers. I think that is better. The more oil, the better, because I need to make my money and I've got to eat at the end of the day. Another man who'd like to eat coincidentally, Winston Churchill.
Oh, please don't talk about Winston Churchill.
Ian, you know what I'm like. Now, Winston Churchill, a complex man. And now I'm just going to go ahead and read out Winston Churchill's daily routine. So, despite all of the activity in Churchill's daily routine, he changed very little. He woke about 7:30 and remained in bed for a substantial breakfast and the reading of the Mail and all of the national newspapers. A substantial breakfast. For the next couple of hours, still in bed, he worked, dictating to his secretaries. He had like a wheel-in desk that he put over his bed. At 11 a.m., he was up at 7:30. This is after a morning of work in bed. He arose, bathed, and perhaps took a walk around the garden, and took a weak whiskey and soda to his study, 11 a.m. At 1 p.m., he joined guests and family for a 3-course lunch. Clementine drank claret, Winston champagne, preferable Paul Roger, served at a specific temperature, port, brandy, and cigars if the company permits. When lunch ended about 3:30, he returned to his study to work, or supervise work on his estate, or played cards or backgammon with Clementine. At 5 p.m, after another weak whiskey and soda, he went to B for an hour and a half. He went to bed. He said this siesta, a habit gained in Cuba, allowed him to work 1.5 days in every 24 hours. Don't see how that makes. At 6:30, he awoke, bathed again. That's the second bath today, and dressed for dinner at 8. Dinner was the focal point and highlight of Churchill's day. Table talk, dominated by Churchill, was as important as the meal. Sometimes, depending on the company, drinks and cigars extended the event well past midnight. The guests retired. Churchill returned to his study for another hour or so of work. That would be about until the early morning, maybe 2 or 3. Then he gets up at 7:30 again for another substantial breakfast and does this all again.
Wow. He really was an incredible man.
Truly.
Well, after that complete rambling, let's get on to the next song, shall we?
I wouldn't call it rambling, but yes, go ahead, Ian.
Well, the next song is by an artist called Plethora. She's originally from Bangor.
Bangor?
In Northern Ireland.
Great place.
Oh, yeah. No,
I love Bangor.
I'm surprised. I don't think there's any nightclubs in Bangor, Carl, is there?
There is... No, I was going to say that one, Sense, but that's in Cookstown.
Yeah, no, that's not the same place. Might as well.
I'm
be the
pretty
same
sure it
place.
is.
But
Cookstown,
this,
is Cookstown not in Bangor?
No.
No.
No, definitely
Yeah.
not. Like, if there's any cookies listening...
Cookies?
We're
is
not...
that what they call themselves?
No. Anyway, this artist, Plethora, who's originally from Bangor and now is in South Wales.
Any relation to Gary Lightbody?
No, absolutely. Why would there be a relation to Guy like
I don't know. I just think he's kind of
Not
cute, that's all.
everybody in Northern Ireland is related to people from Snow Patrol.
I am.
Are you?
Gary Lightbody's my dad. Not my actual dad, of course.
Shut up, God.
My dad's my dad.
That's not
Gary Lightbody.
Dad, if you're listening.
I call him Daddy.
Okay. Well, this next song is by a girl called Plethora who makes electronic music, and she's based in South Wales.
Is this with Gary Lightbody or not?
No, this is not with Guy Lightbody.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Just clearing things up.
This next song is by Plethora. It's called Screech.
Good.
And it features a band called Jackknife Juggernaut.
Who are they?
I couldn't tell you who they are.
Yes, that was a good tune, Ian.
Yeah, no.
that.
I'm a big fan of her work. She's excellent stuff. You're looking up her Facebook.
I'm sure you would be, mate.
Bandcamp.
I'm sure you would be. Just in it for the money. Anyway, sorry, by the way, if I was offensive to anyone from Cookstown or Sense nightclub.
I don't know what Cookstown is. I have no idea, and that's not me being.
That's not the issue. That's not the issue at hand. It's just fun. Where is actually Cookstown? I don't know. But I'm sure there are fine people with a culture. Anyway, give a shout out here to John Dixon.
Who?
Good lad. Don't know. He's
Is he not your cousin?
cousin.
Yeah.
Not familiar with that term.
Oh, is Stefan? No, sorry, I'm getting your cousin mixed up. You have so many cousins.
No,
Why do
John,
the O'Neills breed so much?
well, John's not Owen O'Neill, is he? Yeah. So, I just wanted to give out a quick announcement about my Legos. Keep your hands off them. Don't touch my Legos. That's all. Just saying that now. Can no one please touch my Legos?
Right, to get onto a more serious note, but not a necessarily
Deadly
sad
serious.
note.
That was deadly serious. Alright. Another thing that
Today,
was deadly serious.
Oh, Carl, why would you say something
Oh,
like
that
that?
was actually pretty terrible.
So yes, I believe it was.
Gotta laugh.
I believe it was yesterday. It's all come up today that the huge artist that was Leonard Cohen passed away. I believe it was yesterday.
It was like 2 a.m. I was out
Yeah.
on the rig. I heard.
Yeah, we always know where we were,
Very sad though.
and you were on the rig. Well, here I'm gonna play. No, it's heartbreaking. Like this
No,
year has been painful. We've lost David Bowie.
Have you heard the theory?
We've gained Trump.
Yeah, have you heard the
it's-
theory that like since David Bowie has died, it has let loose a tether in like the universe that is now causing all this insane stuff to happen? Because after David Bowie died, so many people have died. Trump's been elected. Brexit. These things that even if you agree with them, are quite. They weren't looking like things that were likely to happen, did they?
They're bizarre. They're crazy events. Like everything's kind of it's not at the norm. It's not calm. Things
Yeah.
are happening.
But it's a wild ride, and I'll be at the front.
I literally don't remember anything happening in 2015. Like that whole year's just gone. But 2016, I know.
Yeah.
I just remember crying so often.
Crying.
So here's
Rest in peace to this man.
a bunch of lonesome
Some beautiful
heroes.
music.
By Leonard Cohen.
Lonesome and very quarrelsome heroes.
Wow, it's a fantastic
Beautiful.
song.
Unreal.
Fantastic. We really have lost a legend. If Bob Dylan goes this year, I don't want to talk about it.
You'll have to.
One day, but hopefully I'll see him beforehand.
We're all gonna die, Ian. Well, not me.
Yeah, not you.
I
Not
will.
you.
I'm not planning on it anytime soon.
Well, another big thing that's happened today
Yeah.
is a Tribe Called Quest released their brand new album after
Good.
another death. The death
Pretty sick, man.
of one of the phenomenal members of Tribe Called Quest, Fight Dog, passed away. It was earlier this year.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that. Don't like hip hop. Not a fan.
You were too busy on the rig. Nobody on the rig listening to hip hop. But anyway, here
Too busy
is,
listening to Bruce Springsteen.
like here is
Born in the USA.
an absolutely classic Tribe Called Quest song. Here, join us while we are bugging out. Oh, killer. Like, I love that song. Wow.
Yes, great, man. I'll give a little shout out here to Ted. Had a great evening. Everyone's having a great evening. We were actually talking earlier, weren't we, Ian?
Oh, yeah. Once again, we do far too much talking, Carl. We've
got
done some
nothing better to
stupid
do.
things. That's true.
Well,
That's true.
I was actually telling Ian a funny story actually earlier about my cousin. My cousin. She's a real keen artist. Yeah. And she was always like always painting, dancing. The family didn't really like it. They were quite Christian, hard Bible Belt kind of people. But she actually went to do charity work. Her and a group of friends. Her mate Charlie, who he was actually his claim to fame was later that he went to school with J.J. Abrams' dad. But I'm rambling. They went to a little village. It was in New Guinea. They were doing some charity work, helping out locals, handing out food, blankets, that sort of thing to underprivileged, homeless, third world country. I believe it was area of New Guinea, Monteo, Aprea. It was really a really good experience for her. She really loved it. The culture there, it enthralled her. She actually, in this little city, she actually met a guy in Aprea, and he he was a charming man, tall, 6'2", dark skin, a local. He could barely speak a word of English, but they really bonded over that time. A friendship. It wasn't even. It was just friends. A really close friendship, and they stayed in contact. Obviously, she had to leave. They still stayed in contact, writing each other letters. But things happen. People have families. Work gets the better of them. And maybe a few years later down the line, she was like, "Oh, remember that tall, handsome man? I'm here. I don't have a family. I wonder what he's doing now. I better get in contact with him." And that was a couple of years ago. They get in contact, and I can tell you now, Ian, they're actually about to have their first year anniversary. She's actually moved back to New Guinea with him. And I guess that you could say that she is living on a prayer.
This has been Carl Nain with A King and I. We'll see you again next week, folks.